So welcome everybody to a demo day of our cohort 2 of the Tsunami Venturethon. We had, I think, 350 participants in this cohort from 48 countries, when I remember right. We had more than 50 project submissions, and we now had the difficult task to select the best of these projects to present today. Yeah. And I want to welcome not only our shortlisted ventures, but also a lot of people from our network, investors and friends. And we want to become the global platform for venture building. So we want to cooperate with investors and founders in our network. And please, dear friends, in your assessment, be aware that a lot of these projects that are presenting here are just 2 weeks old. Our investment thesis is the following. We believe today's investors focus too much on graduates from top universities and their CVs with high-profile positions at Google and Facebook. We believe in first-time founders. Everybody says execution is king, so we are the platform to let founders execute. We tokenize your idea from the beginning on with 1 million token and give you the ability to spend 15% of these tokens on community services before the first funding. How that works, I will explain after the presentations, also in a very, very brief presentation. Remote work is a huge global trend. We believe after remote work comes remote entrepreneurship. It is only a logical next step. GitLab is a decentralized company and listed at NASDAQ, and there will be a lot more GitLabs. With remote work, we can connect the smartest global brains in this world. And the majority of our teams, just for everybody's information, knew each other already before. But there's also a good chunk of teams that I've met during the cohort. For all the founders, if your startup has not been listed on this shortlist, you might still be eligible to stay in the cohort. The ultimate goal is for all teams not only to win today, the bounty, but to get 125,000 USD investment from us or one of our investment partners in the investment committee meeting in February. So today, about half of the projects will actually drop out of the cohort, but we will inform another roughly 10 next to the shortlisted ones here that we would like to finish the cohort, and they will get an information from us. So now I'm very excited. I hand over to Diksha, and I hope to see great presentations.
Thank you, Chris, and welcome everyone. This is such an exciting time for us. Cohort 2 of Tsunami Venturethon. You all did a great job, and I can't wait to start the pitches. Few ground rules, 3 minutes for each pitch. I already spoke to all of you. Please do not exceed it because there will be no extra time. Ideally, 1 question per team. There might be some exceptions if judges want to know a little more extra, but also judges, I will let you know if the time window is crossing. And then after the 12 pitches, we will have a 30-minute discussion on equity models with Chris, as he already discussed. And then we will do the winner announcement. We have 3 winners. One is for new ventures, that is $8,000. Then on the fast track, $5,000. And then the best project in the for good category, $1,000. Apart from that, there is a prize money in terms of Tsunami mentoring and freelance services worth $5,000 that we will distribute amongst the 3 winners equally. So we also get a chance to work with you post Venturethon and see where we can take this venture. So with that, I'm going to invite Shivam Agarwal. Okay, 2 more things. The pitching order is already in the chat. Please keep your slides ready. Unmute yourself according to the order. You will be the next. So the first pitch is by Shivam Agarwal from S Grant DAO. May I please invite you to share your screen? I saw Shivam already. Shivam was right here, so I don't know why I can't hear him. Okay, that's interesting. So we will go with Laila Finance Tane. We also already met.
Yep. Okay. Let me share the screen.
And once you share, then I'll start the timer.
Okay. Are you able to see this?
Yes. So I'm going to start the timer now.
Okay, cool. Hi everyone. My name is Tane with Lila Finance. We're fixed income DeFi targeting on-chain treasuries and DAOs. So here's how we work from the bottom to the top, A and B. One wants a fixed rate, one wants a variable rate. They put their money into Lila Finance. We put that into a yield generating protocol. After some time, it comes back out with variable interest. A gets their deposit and then B's deposit, and then B gets the variable interest that comes out. So that's the rate swap aspect. And our advantage. So we do three things: lean, routine, mutualism. So lean is that our product is highly composable, right? So we can integrate into any yield generating protocol into our rate swap, and we're capital efficient. We don't require third-party liquidity, so there's no expenses and incentives or launching pools. And routines. So there's zero switching costs. We use the same protocols, size, timeline as treasuries normally do, while also offering fixed rates. And we don't ask users to change their habits. So if they go into Aave looking for a variable rate, they can do that, but now they have the option to choose a fixed rate. And mutualism. So there's immediate partner benefits. Our partners get increased liquidity revenue. And in that sense, they benefit from that. And then we can get co-marking opportunities from them. And we build specialized pools. So each pool can be custom built to meet client or market trends. In terms of competition, our competition uses AMMs. They're very complex and they're inconsistent. So we take away the AMM inefficiencies and use NFTs, no slippage, no liquidity. Complexity turns into clarity. We know exactly who our target users are, and there's a clear design. And inconsistency, so there's no voting escrow tokens. The rewards are paid out in the deposited asset, and the yields are guaranteed. So here are our advantages to our competitors. Because of their design, they just can't achieve some of the stuff that we can. And our business model. So three business model ways to make money: our rate swap, average interest rate spread. You can think of this as like the bid-ask spread that market makers make money from. NFT marketplace, so 2% on NFT trades. We can adjust that later. And lending pool. So if people want to deposit their coupon bond or their NFT into it and borrow against it, we can make money off that. And our market size. So right now, fixed income is 30%, and DeFi it's only like 1.5%. So we're expecting 30% of DeFi to be fixed income, right? If it's trying to replicate TradFi. And as money flows from the TradFi side, as DeFi grows, our market size will increase. Right now, it's 29 billion. Growth strategies. So we have specific targeted fixed users, right? DAOs, protocol treasuries, wealthy retail, and blue chip, and then variable rate users. And we'll use our competitive advantages to attract these type of users. So our vision: capture TVL off every other protocol, vertical integration from the marketplace to the rate swap to the lending pool, and then become the preferred protocol for fixed income specifically, serving a very unique segment. And this is the team. So I'm Tanay, I'm a junior at Carnegie Mellon studying finance. Param, he's our dev side, studies artificial intelligence and CS. We beta tested for about 3 weeks, 2,000 in TVL. Our spread was really great. We were making a lot of money. Boot camps, we raised 1K at L Bank Labs summer boot camp. Partnerships, we're partnered with Horizon, so we've brought fixed income to some of their protocols. We're going to work on co-marketing opportunities once everything's set. So yeah, that's all we have. Thank you.
Thanks, Tane. You can stop sharing your screen. And now we have time for one question.
So can I ask you a question? So thank you for that. I love this because bringing NFT market and the crypto market together and a unique approach. So you said you need much less like minimum TVL. Can you describe what is the kind of minimum TVL you need to really take this public, and what is exactly your strategy to basically get the top 80% of that?
Yeah, so when I say low TVL, if you think about it, right, swapping on Uniswap versus a low like exotic DEX, if there's not like tens of millions or maybe even hundreds of millions, if you're swapping in and out of it, you lose a lot of money in terms of your token in and token out. So we don't need that because it's just an NFT we mint. The liquidity that we do need though is playing on like the market maker style, right? So if we're going to take up these variable sides or these fixed sides, we would need enough money to sort of front that money up front and then like we know we will make money, right? But that money will be made in a month or 3 months or 6 months. So our cash flows have to be really tight, and we have to partner with people who may be willing to give us money for a certain amount and given a certain return. So that's, and then your last question was, how do we want to capture 80% of
the minimum? Yeah, like,
the minimum,
get to get 80% to get to that minimum to be a good market maker.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the really interesting thing is that the high liquidity, high TVL that's in a lot of these protocols is really from like maybe 100 or 200 wallets. And if you think about it, all these DAOs have billions of dollars, but first off, they keep 80% of that money in their wallet, right? Because it's not worth the smart contract risk to put it out into a yield generating source. And the remaining 20% goes into Aave, Compound, Maker, these sort of protocols where they have been around for 6 or 7 years and they can't move their money into, say, Yearn or someplace else because those rates will drop because of the size of their amount. So that's where we come in. We say, specifically you guys, right, who have their money, who's kind of locked into these positions, lock it in with us instead. And then we know that we can front the money because the rates are guaranteed. So that's like, instead of trying to capture 20,000, 50,000 retail users, we have a specific subsection of fixed income users who would use us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for your question, and Tane for your pitch. And now we have AutoChart, that is Dhruv and Jillian.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, can you share your screen? Okay,
Yeah.
all works good. Timer
Or
start.
let me reshare to optimize for video and then okay, cool.
Okay. Is that what you want to
I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Last time.
Cool. So good to go?
Yes. All right. So hello everyone. My name is Jillian, and today I'll be talking about AutoChart. Think about the last time you went to see the doctor. During the appointment, how much of the time was the provider paying attention to their computer or notepad instead of giving you their undivided attention? My mom is a medical provider in a homeless clinic, and charting takes up so much of her time. Either she can't come home or she has extra work to do once she is home. So we designed a tool to help. With AutoChart, we can reduce provider stress and workload, resulting in more comprehensive patient care. The provider can focus entirely on the patient, unencumbered by laptop screens or sheets of notes. During this conversation, AutoChart listens and automatically fills in fields for the patient chart for the provider to verify. After verification, AutoChart securely sends information to the chosen electronic health record, or EHR, enabling a thriving personal relationship between the provider and patient. So here's a demo. You can see the transcript filling in on the left during the consultation. As the information becomes available, the relevant fields are filled in. Currently, providers spend about 35% of their time charting. This requires taking notes during or after the exam, which promotes distractions or potentially misremembering details. Also, there's no standard form for charting, so the same information might not be recorded across different providers. AutoChart will decrease the amount of charting time and increase the amount of dedicated patient care time. This optimization will not only improve provider-patient relationships, it will also guarantee a better patient record. Our potential market is huge. Providers could save roughly 3 hours a day, and EHR companies would see a higher profit from hospitals for including AutoChart as a service. The global EHR industry stands at a valuation of $26 billion as of 2023. The market of EHR systems in the US is $8 billion, roughly. And the SOM for AutoChart is calculated to have a $0.4 billion market share in the United States. AutoChart incorporates key features that make it stand out from its top competitors, including multilingual support, lab integration, and real-time data retrieval. In the next year, we plan to enroll about 2,500 providers from our local healthcare system in a pilot program and plan to enroll 1,500 more by the end of that next year. And in the next 7 years, we hope to be integrated with 180 EHR systems, or roughly 200, or 30% of the market. AutoChart wouldn't be possible without this fantastic team. Our diverse skill set coming from bioengineering, biology, healthcare, AI, and business has enabled us to create a comprehensive tool that matches cutting-edge AI techniques with relevant problems in healthcare. And the website is live, so you can go explore. Thank you.
Thank you. We have time for one question.
And please feel free, also from the community, it doesn't only have to be the judges that these questions come from.
Guys, Michelle here. I would have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm familiar with this type of, let's call it voice to text, AI applications. Healthcare specific. How do you deal with data protection and all of those topics? And in which jurisdictions do you look to start?
Yeah, so since we're based in the US, we're planning on starting in the US. Mehul, did you want to talk specifically about the medical training?
Yes.
Yes, the medical, please.
So currently, with our implementation, we are not storing anything. It's real-time transcribing and then filling in the information into what we currently have, or sort of an EHR system, which is then exported to the EHR system of your choice. In this process, we are not storing anything. It basically transfers from our system to their system, which is another proof of concept. This is being done by different companies that are currently working in this space. So for compliance perspective and regulations, I think we are good from them, but we sure to get HIPAA compliance by the end of the next quarter once we have launched the company.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. Yes, good idea. The community is also open to questions if you want to ask anything. Now we have Tatiana from Attire. Please share your screen. And okay. Should I start?
Good. Yes, please. Good to go.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Tatiana. I'm one of the founders behind AI, a Web3 and AI powered personal stylist in Venturethon. I'm glad to present here our project, which is motivated by the absence on the market of AI fitting application that would be targeting small and medium businesses and also have in mind needs of the general audience. Because the key problem behind it is that 30 to 50% of all the fashion items bought online get returned, which has terrible impact on the environment and also had a lot of economic consequences for the brand owners. So the solution that we're proposing is to create and design the app that would, on one side, improve analytics about and data extraction about the garment from the brand's database, as well as has better understanding of the customer type of body and fit one thing with another. Plus, we have an extra value proposition to create a tokenized economic layer on top that will help subsidize AI expenses as well as motivate users to share more on social media and kind of create a creator economy layer together with it. So the solution that we've built through this Venturethon, where we started this project, is a simple flow. We take a reference photo of the user, a layer on top one of the products, and in the future we'll integrate it with Web3 components. We use the Reverie AI for this demo and kind of build a full flow application to showcase the idea. Because in the future, what we plan is to design more complicated tokenized economy, plus improve the AI component, tuning the custom model for it, as well as add this influencer-driven marketing as a functionality for the key product, which we see as a widget plus analytics. With this type of product, we see that the market is only growing because there are a lot of no-code tools that bring brands online, and any fashion brand that has good enough digital representation of its items is a good fit for us. And the market is sufficiently crowded but not overpopulated, and the main competitors that we see also have their focus on physical items, but normally has as a target audience only huge brands and target to be acquired by them. Next steps is to improve the model on the base of Web3 AI and build the components of Web3 economy. People behind this here on the call is our data scientist and AI developer Vlada, and myself, Web3 builder and product manager. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. And we have time for one question. From anybody.
What do you see as your biggest challenge in entering this market?
I think the biggest challenge is to find a good MVP, like to make the product really viable, because there are a couple of AI models that we can use for the prototype, but to build the set of features that will make the kind of go-to-market effective and address the right sub-corner of fashion brands to start testing with us, and maybe onboard influencers and people who will help to kind of utilize this social component, gonna be kind of this B2B sales component gonna be the big challenge.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have Ali from Food Bank AI. Please share your screen.
Yes, Diksha, thank you. So, yep. Okay. So you can see my screen, right? Okay.
We are waiting. Okay. I'm going to
Hey
start.
everyone. Okay. Hey everyone. My name is Mohammed Ali, and I am here with my partner Saad. So we have created this solution, foodbank.ai. The aim is to connect donors with food NGOs in order to remove food wastage that happens during the donation process using AI. Okay, so how this solution is going to work, you are going to simply come here and on our application, click on donor or NGO, let's say donor. When you will click here, this kind of page will appear. Here you can select items that you want to contribute, let's say poultry bags and dairy bags. So I have selected some bags, and then when I will click on find NGO, it is going to return me the food bank that I should connect with and contact, because this food bank is currently in need of these bags. Same thing will happen with NGO as well. Okay, when you will click on find donor, it is going to return the right donor to you. Okay, now I am stopping my screen and I am going to share this presentation. So what kind of impact are we going to create? Almost 1/3 of the total food that is grown is went into wastage every year. This is a UN report, and I have mentioned the source here as well. And here, if we dissect it, 13% of that waste happen when at the production time and distribution stages, and 70% happens at the household and retail sector. Okay. Then here I have mentioned some competitors, but I don't consider them competitors. That's why I have struck through, and I have mentioned allies. So they can be our potential allies, I believe. So we have Food Rescue. It is based in few countries like America, India, and some others. And another one is Feeding America. It is just based in America. Food Rescue uses AI in order to connect with connect volunteers with NGOs rather than the donors. And Feed America uses AI in order to manage food and administrative stuff. But coming to Food Bank, our aim is to connect food banks like hotels, NGOs, donors with so that they can use need versus capacity benchmark in order to connect and distribute food. And our aim is to go worldwide. Okay, the revenue model. So our aim is to go for monthly donation-based subscription model, like NGOs and donors are going to subscribe to our service, and they will pay us on a monthly subscription basis, which will be detected as donation. So we are going for donation-based model. It is me, Mohammed Ali, and it is my partner, Mohammed Saad, and you all are invited to join us. You can visit our presentation, and here you will not only find our application link, but you can find our LinkedIn links as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 2 seconds before time. I really like that. So we have time for one question.
I've got one question. What is your test market and how do you see the rollout regionally or internationally?
Okay, so our aim, like considering our test market, so we will aim from developing countries like Pakistan. I am based in Pakistan, and my aim is to start from here, and then we will move on towards Germany, and we will select one country for just for our testing from every single region of this world. And then once we are good to go, like yes, things are working in major countries, then we will move forward with other countries as well. Regarding the donors and NGOs, so our aim is to connect with both of them. We will select a sample size because the population is great, but our sample size will be around 100 donors and 100 NGOs, and then we will test whether our idea is working or not.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you for the question as well. Now we have Shaurya Jain from Genoshi and Graff.ai. I hope I said it right. Are you good? If please unmute yourself, Shaurya, if you are already talking.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's Genoshi. I know it's a bit like weird, but
I know.
we like to be memorable.
Okay. Good to go?
Yep.
Okay. Start.
Okay, Graph by Genoshi. In a world inundated with information, our quest for relevant knowledge often resembles finding a needle in a haystack. At Genoshi, we have created an ingenious solution that transcends traditional search engines, a gateway to infinite learning. The problem: research paper search engines often fail to navigate the vast sea of academic literature efficiently. Research papers are often often presented in dense technical language, making them inaccessible and challenging for a non-technical person to read. No sound enough research visualization software exists to allow for efficient research, and most generative tools hallucinate, providing uncited information and giving generic insights. So, are you a researcher, student, consultant, or global business leader who wastes hundreds of hours breaking your head over complex and difficult to follow research? We present to you a new paradigm of knowledge, Graph by Genoshi. Dive deep into complex topics within seconds through GenAI-based non-technical summaries, 3D data visualization and clustering supercharged by our graph structure. Ask free-form queries and get highly relevant and cited answers from our product AI. So imagine you are a social researcher or investment consultant who wants data-driven insights into whether women are discriminated against in the startup ecosystem. Genoshi's graph lets you do this in under a minute. Let me show you how. So all you do is you click try it out and put in a relevant search term over here and click go. And this presents to you this beautiful looking knowledge graph where each node in this graph is a research paper. All the metadata of the research paper is presented over here, and each node is connected to the other node using text-wise correlation, which is basically and if you hover over a node, you can see clearly the percentage of correlation. So when I simply move this clustering slider over here, it breaks this graph into small little subclusters, and each subcluster talks about a small subtopic of the main topic, which is startup. And you can clearly see all of these papers over here are clustered together with at least 80% correlation. Now, when it comes to asking and figuring out the answer of are women discriminated against startups, the hero of product, our chatbot, all you do is you put in the question over here, and the answer is generated in real time using our proprietary RAG model generated from the nodes on this graph. As you can see, the product AI interacts with the graph over here, and you can clearly see that the answer comes completely cited, just like a normal, like actual research would be. Let's say you you want to see the paper that the first statistic is cited by. You click this and you get navigated to this paper. And now you want to read a bit about what the paper is. So you can click this executive summary button, and you get this Gen AI based non-technical summary that reads just like an article that talks about all the insights and all the data of this paper. You can see the summary is this big, but the transcription is this big. So it's almost a 10:1 compression that allows researchers to move much more efficiently. And just like this, you've got an answer to the question, are women discriminated against? You can double click to deep dive more and more into these nodes and into these topics. Coming back to the pitch, so the target market are research institutes and academics and businesses. Our business model is very simple. It's $B per month per license for consultants, research institutions, and academia. We have done a basic breakdown over here where we have a break-even point and three different license costs per month, and a graph over here. We have a white paper as well for a business model, so you can read that to see how Genoshi profits at scale. And this is our team. Shaurya, that's me, and Dhruv, my co-founder, both from IIT Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaurya. And I see you upped your speed to finish your pitch. in time. So that was interesting.
With the product, it's difficult.
Yeah. Now we have time for one question or more.
Maybe I can go since as you know I had come from PhD background myself and actually somebody who reads a lot of papers. I just think it looks fantastic, right? The visualization. I think if you even to push this forward, more of an advice than anything, if you create it as a universe or going through the stars and get some background behind it, behind the galaxies of these research papers, it will look $1 million. The thing is, it's a great way of trying to find a bit of things. As somebody who has 300 tabs open at any time, and most of them are white papers or some sort of papers on either Web3 or AI, it would work fantastically. I think my question, I know you've thought more about your business model, and as we spoke briefly before, said academia is always poor in some way. Maybe you can tell us where have you tried it so far, and who maybe you have spoken to, which universities, how you approach, and what the feedback you had.
Okay, so let me take this question in with two answers. So one is so I am currently doing research at CEW, which is India's independent policy think tank. So they are consultants that require this tool quite a lot. So our first beta test is going to happen with them by the end of this month. And that's when we're going to get feedback from the non-technical aspect of people. The second is that both Dhruv and me are from IIT Delhi, which is one of India's leading academic institutions, research institutions. And we have talked to over 30 PhD students, professors, and students at IIT Delhi. So another set of our beta tests will happen with those that target in mind. And then we will take iterative feedback from them and improve the product as much as possible. Our solution to help reduce cost as much as possible per user is to sell it B2B rather than B2C, so that the cost goes from the user to the institution or the company that they're at. So that like just like you pay for Grammarly or you pay for any of the other tools that business tools that are there, we aim to see this as a business solution.
Do we have more?
One little top-up question. So what are you actually selling to those institutions? Is it the connection between papers? And already that exists, I think, connectedpapers.com or so I saw, which sounds like exactly they've done that job. Or is it the convenient way to interact with the content and get the summaries and so on? So what is the value proposition which you're actually selling?
So thank you for that question. That's a very relevant question. So there's something very interesting over here. All the technology that we're built is our own model. So what we're selling is twofold. One is the license to the actual software that allows them to parse through and query and get these cited responses. The other is each technology exposes an endpoint. So for example, a professor came to me the other day and said that I want an endpoint to do summarization for my papers to read. So we sell that endpoint itself as a separate technology. Or you sell the ability to access a transcription endpoint as a separate technology. Or you sell the ability to search certain papers as a separate technology. So both the APIs and the technologies themselves will be sold, along with a subscription model to license for querying on our chatbot. And otherwise, it's like the license for the product itself.
Thank you. So I think that's all for questions. And now we have Ram, and you also have a teammate today from AB Hero. Please unmute yourself and share your screen.
Hi, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can. And I'm going to start the timer now.
Medium-sized e-commerce businesses are losing 100K per year from ineffective website optimization. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a lot. Now, we talked to 38 of these medium-sized businesses, and we narrowed it down to around 3 main pain points. And the first is, one, they needed data, or they needed insights, not data. A lot of these businesses have e-commerce tools such as Google Analytics, Hotjar, but they don't know what to do with these confusing metrics. Analytics don't translate to actionable changes. And next, A/B variance can be guesswork for us. A lot of manual A/B testing yields 25% success, and this is their critical need for bettering their site. And lastly, CRO, or conversion rate optimization, just wasn't worth it anymore. And conversion rate optimizers do charge from $2,000 to $10,000 a month, which is a whopping sum.
These websites need a hero. Presenting AB Hero, doing AI facilitated A/B testing for website optimization. Our value prop is that we provide the analytics, insights, and A/B testing necessary to improve these websites. We basically look at their analytics and we have a model, a proprietary model, to turn those analytics into actionable changes to evolve the website so it can have maximum sales. And it's very simple to use, and the insights are easily testable. If you test on any website, for example, Soonami, you can see the suggestions on the left, and later you'll be able to A/B test those suggestions that you choose, so you can actually improve the conversions of customers to sales on the site. And we have a $200 million target market, and our target market is going to be 200 million with the Shopify stores running ads, whereas the total market is $12 billion when we integrate with all the landing page builders. So in our competitive analysis, you can see that we're the only tool that's turning insights into actual changes. The AI copywriter that just changed text on your site and the insights for the analytics tools, none of them do this. So that's our biggest value proposition to these e-commerce businesses.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the pricing. With AB Hero, you can increase your conversion rate up to 500%. We have 3 different models: the basic subscription, platinum subscription, and enterprise. In any case, CRO experts are a lot more expensive. Let's talk a little bit about some of our progress. On 11/8, we launched our website. We competed in a CMU hackathon and won, did a lot of customer discovery, and had a lot of website traction, 1.3K visitors and 56 waitlist signups. Here's a little bit more about our timeline. We plan to launch for a second time very soon, complete our product, and then launch with a paid version next. Down the road, we also plan to do seed funding in the next year and create integrations to major website builders. Here's more about our team. We're all students at CMU, and we're all highly dedicated to this with different specialties: artificial intelligence, design, product.
And our advisors have a lot of experience with entrepreneurship and web analytics. Specifically, Jared Miller is an analytics leader who worked at Gap, was the e-commerce leader at Gap, and Kendra Scott and other major retailers. Thank you, and that's AB Hero.
Thank you, AB Hero. Loved your duo for the pitch. And now, do we have some questions? And please stop sharing your screen now. Thank you. Questions?
Are you planning to automatically alter the websites of the respective customers and to build, like, I don't know, Shopify, WordPress, or whatever plugins there could be?
Yeah, exactly. In the next few months, we plan to create native integrations with all of these website builders. So all the person needs to do is install the plugin, and then they can see the changes that they need to make to their site. And those will be based off of those Shopify analytics, those WordPress analytics, so they can see the reasoning behind those changes and the expected increase of conversions or sales from those changes.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I always love when there are marketing supporting pitches. I'm always thinking what I can use. So next is QAI, and it's Paul and Mohit. Again, I think a duo that is pitching together. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes. So let me just bring our deck up, and then just give me 1 minute. Sorry. All over to you.
Yeah, we can see everything. Should I start the timer?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul, and joining me is Mohit. And today I'll be showing you our AI-driven quotation system. It tackles real-world problems with better accuracy, clearer transparency, and more efficiency in estimations in different industries. Early on, we found that companies like ours, FC Fire Prevention, were facing low closure rates. Looking at the first 2 months, we can see there's a huge backlog of pending and expired quotes, and only a handful of successful deals. Now, looking regionally, we see a huge inconsistency. We see huge inconsistencies in quotes for identical services, showing price variations of up to 276%. Moving forward, picture each company navigating through an average of 162 RFPs annually. That's a lot, right? And the surprising fact, the average win rate is just 44%. Now, what are the main causes? Well, skyrocketing prices and, you guessed it, slow response times. This brings me to QAI and Tender Genie. Our platforms are set to revolutionize the bidding process with precision powered by AI. We're not just improving conversion rates, we're transforming the way businesses operate, making transparency a foundation of their strategy. Next up, Mohit will take the stage to give you more insights of this exciting journey.
Thank you, Paul. So our solution harnesses the power of generative AI and specifically the large language models. And what we will do is we will train these models in the vast array of successful proposals of the customers to understand the industry nuances, their products and their services, to ensure that each response is not only quick, but highly effective and meet the client needs. So kind of generating those accurate responses as they go through. Now, by automating these responses, we are reducing their average response time, which Paul kind of touched upon, from 42 minutes to 12 minutes per question. That's a significant increase in the operational cost for services organizations. For them, it's a very high operational cost. And at the same time, we're giving them a better quality of responses, which are ensured can be tailored and are relevant to the RFPs they're applying for. Now, our primary market is very much focused on professional services industries or businesses in regulated environments, and the total addressable market is expansive, offering immense opportunities for firms to seek operational efficiency on edges in the proposal responses market. Now, in summary, this tool is not just about responding faster, but it's also about creating winning proposals for the organization. It's an investment for an organization to go into operational efficiency and to propose to the future of proposal management. Here's our team. Paul has a experience in side of things. Myself, thank you for your time today, and open to any questions.
Thank you, Mohit and Paul. And yes, the floor is open for questions. Wow, you're pretty.
We got lucky.
I think, yeah.
Get lucky.
So
well, I want to honor everybody's time commitment here, and I really like that you're all ending like exactly at 3 minutes. That's really good, a lot better than in the previous cohort. That's beautiful, and I like the presentation as well. So thanks.
Yeah, maybe Mohit and Paul, quickly, can you maybe help us to basically, focus a bit more on which industries or types of RFPs would you tackle first? And what I'm thinking is, are these RFPs which are already highly structured, and you just need to easily complete that and not basically use, or are you actually seeing the real benefit if they are more complex and more, let's say, worthy with what is requested? So help us a bit to kind of understand where you believe you would actually start and which subsegment of RFPs you want to win first.
So Mark, we will start with the unstructured side first. So the unstructured questions take a lot longer to answer. For example, if I take an example of a construction industry and you're submitting an RFP for helping with building of a site, you have a lot of health and safety regulations, your legal regulations, your Modern Slavery Act. All this sort of information needs to be input and contextualized to the country and the region you're submitting the RFP from and to. So all that information, and that's where your language models will come into play. And we will basically utilize your existing data which you have, read that, learn on that data, and then create those responses. The structured ones are very easy to do because if you have, for example, if you take a IT services product base, they have, can a product do X, Y, Z? And that the language model can very simply say, yes, it can do this based on this feature, this product, etc. Is this large complex one, which actually takes a lot more time to deliver. Does that answer your question?
I'd love to discuss, but not now.
Okay, thank you, Mark, and thank you, Paul and Mohit. Now we have redocs.ai, and Hriday if I'm correct, Hriday and Madhav are presenting. Could you please unmute yourself and share your screen?
Hi, I'm Hriday. Yeah, I'll just sharing the screen. All right. Yeah, so I guess we can start.
Awesome.
Yeah, so are you tired of tangled code bases and missing documentation? Imagine a world where your code writes its own documentation, no more tedious manual updates, no more outdated information, and no more struggling to understand someone else's code. Presenting to you Redox.ai, the revolutionary AI-powered solution that automatically generates comprehensive, accurate, and up-to-date documentation directly from your code base. This process may take a bit of time, so we'll just upload the file and show you the output later. So yeah, we'll just upload the file right now, and we are putting in one GitHub repo, and we generate. So we'll get back to the output later. We'll go back to the presentation. So yeah, this is our idea that I mentioned. Just a minute, why is it not coming? Yeah, next. Yeah, okay, so this is the process basically, and this is our architecture, what we're doing. Right, so the process is basically we're traversing the code base in a tree-like manner, and then we go through the embeddings. We are making our own embeddings using CodeBird, and the main problem with all these documentation sites is maintaining a huge context. So what we do is after we make our own our embeddings, what we do is we do agglomerative clustering to cluster all the similar files together, and then we push it to ChatGPT to create its own documentation. So in that way, the context is very well maintained and it knows what it's talking about. So this was the architecture that I showed what we're talking about. So these are the features. So it's document generation. We adhere to the documents format as presented by you, and we have different code features such as code refactoring and automatic unit tests. Next, please. So this our solution as mentioned. Onboarding is very easy as we just showed. We just upload the file. And the next thing is the AI black box. So what we're doing behind the scenes was the entire process of making our own embeddings using CodeBird and clustering them using agglomerative clustering. We've used agglomerative clustering over here to exploit any kind of hierarchical processes or features present in the code. So when we post the code to ChatGPT, it can understand and maintain context. And the next feature obviously is exploiting prompt engineering, which is when you have the opportunity to specify the format and any other feature you want. Yeah, so these are the potential competitors. So DocuWriter, Mintlify, and Docstring. So what we know about them is they charge a lot of money and a lot of it is hidden behind the scenes. So we are presenting a more open version of it, and we have our own method to curb this. So we'll just show you the output. It has been generated. So we can show you what documentation it's shown. Yes, so as you can see, this is the documentation that's made by us, and it was based on a Node.js repository. So you can look into it. Yeah.
Over. Time over. I hope you did not miss anything that was important.
No,
And
no, no. Yeah.
now, yes, we have time for questions.
Coders to the front, I'd say.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. Yes, please.
So considering that there are competitors out there and they have pretty high prices, and you guys are doing prompt engineering through, OpenAI, and I'm assuming such APIs, how do you ensure that your costs are lower, and how do you ensure that you can offer a competitive pricing?
So basically, right now we are using ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo 16K. So as you can see, sorry, is anyone speaking? Okay, no worries. So as you can see, we are using ChatGPT like Turbo 3.5 with 16K tokens, and it's producing a pretty good output. So the main crux of this lies in what we're doing behind the scenes. So as I mentioned, we are making our own code embeddings using CodeBird, and we're doing the clustering ourselves. So ChatGPT, we don't need to put in a lot of context for it as well. It can handle it on its own. So obviously, we may want to use a better version of ChatGPT. We can probably use ChatGPT 4 or look into other LLMs like Llama and other open source ones. But we only tried with ChatGPT, which gave us a good output. So I guess it's not much money we need to spend on that, except the OpenAI credits or something. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have Fatima from Mentorsphere. Fatima, can you unmute yourself and share your
Hi.
screen?
Oh, sure.
You tell me when it's good to go.
It's good to go.
Okay, we start.
Hi, we are Tech Minds and we'll be presenting a product Mentorsphere, which is an all-in-one educational platform for educators and students. I'm Fatma Mujahid and I graduated as a software engineer from NUST. Our team includes people from diverse backgrounds, including software, biomedical, and mechatronics. And we have 2 to 3 years of experience in STEAM and AI education domain. And we are currently working at Learnaboards, which is an educational technology company in Pakistan. So 2 of my teammates are working as STEM educators at the company, and as educators in the STEM domain, we have noticed that certain tasks like crafting lesson plan drafts and grading multiple choice questions, papers, etc., can take away the meaningful time which can be spent on designing creative content. And we believe that educators are overburdened as it is, so we need to create user-friendly tools to facilitate them. In addition to this, the traditional learning methods do not cater for the learning disabilities like visual learners and dyslexia, etc. So accessibility requirement can be overcome by the use of AI-based tools so that personalized learning can overcome these problems. So our solution uses generative AI-based tools trained on highly optimized data sets, and we'll be providing content for both educators as well as students without the need for intensive prompt engineering. So, some of the tools I'd like to tell you about, which we'll be adding in our platform. The learners who prefer visual learning can use the infographic-based tools, and the people who prefer shorter reads can use the summarizing-based tools. So some of the tools which we'll be adding is, one of the tools is the tool that can generate an explanation, the best possible explanation, or including the examples and analogies based on the data it is trained on, as well as the real-time data from the internet. One tool, for example, if a person wants to get historical information on the historical events, they can use a time traveler tool, which can generate visual as well as textual information. Similarly, we want to add debate partner and design thinking partner tools, which can help with conversational as well as conversational skills, as well as provide feedback on critical thinking. Here is a brief overview. And what sets us apart is that the teachers don't need to jump from one tool to another. It is an all-in-one platform. Here's one tool in action. Moving on, the potential users are students, educators, and schools. And the education market, the overlap of STEM and AI education market is $3,603.5 million, which is huge. And we'll be focusing on social media campaigns for the marketing of our product. Thank you.
Sorry. Time over.
It's okay. Any questions, please ask.
Yeah, you may stop sharing your screen. And yes, judges, or anybody actually in the team, if you have any questions, our community, please feel free to ask.
I'll go on this one maybe. What do you think your major challenges are with your product, especially in considering your market?
Okay, so one of the things we've noticed is that there are already tools, but they are not that not like dimension all in one platform. For example, if the teachers want to create content, our tool will focus on like when a user enters a single prompt, a topic, all of the content is generated from that single prompt, right? The lesson plans, quizzes, and other content. So the major challenge which we'll face is Like, as you know, the marketing can be a big challenge, right? Because as we know that the educational institutions and educators, the academia is like already mentioned for another product is a bit poor, so we need to keep our pricing a bit in a way so that it provides value and the users are willing to pay for that.
Thank you, Fatima, and thank you, Duncan, for the question. Next is Lucas and Luis from Feedstock Plus. Please share your screen and unmute yourself.
Yes. Or can you see it?
Yes, good to go?
Yeah, just a sec.
Okay, I'm starting.
All right. So yeah, I'm Lucas and happy to tell you about Feedstock Plus. We're presenting you the platform for feedstock suppliers and buyers to connect, transact, and ensure sustainability compliance for bioenergy products. We're focusing on key industries for the climate transition, which is bioenergy, advanced biofuels, biomethane, sustainable or marine fuels, and so on. All these industries rely on different sustainable raw materials as primary energy source called feedstocks. And as this industry grow, they come with a lot of new challenges. Many new suppliers are not really aware what they can do with their waste or biomass and how to monetize it. And it's often the case that it's not their core business. The supply chain is not yet organized. In some cases, especially for local smaller volumes, the collection and aggregation steps are not yet organized. And there's a high pressure and competition now to get access on these feedstocks. In addition, the European Union is coming with a lot of new regulations, but also globally, such as the Renewable Energy Directive, the Land Use Change, the Anti-Deforestation or Biodiversity Strategy. According to the International Energy Agency, the share of these sustainable feedstocks in the biofuel industry needs to go from 9 to 40% by 2030 only, in a market which itself will at least double. Globally, only the waste-to-energy market is expected to reach a size of $32 billion with an estimated growth per year of 7.1%. And this is why we came up with Feedstocks Plus as a matchmaking and marketplace platform, but also a community and a tool for decision-making and traceability. You see here our core products. The core product is actually the marketplace called Feedstock Source. Think of it like an NFT marketplace, but in a simple UX platform, easy to onboard, where the whole Web3 is happening in the background. It will allow to do supplier search, organize auctions, or also create material pools. It also comes with Trust, our supplier verification feature based on third-party auditors, recording feedstocks at their point of origin on blockchain from verified suppliers will help players better share data while allowing sustainability compliance. The business model is based on subscription as well as transaction fees and premium features. We have focused the development in the hackathon on the AI chatbot as a way to inform players what they can do with their biomass and waste feedstocks. What is feasible in terms of technology, in terms of bioenergy, what is eligible in the regulation. This is becoming really complex, and we believe that the chatbot will be a good entry door to bring people in the marketplace. What you can see here is our alpha version that has been developed with LangChain and OpenAI, and we're happy to continue to develop it. All of this has been the work of our team in the past 2 weeks. I spent the last 2 years in carbon traceability, and Luis is an expert in waste oils. We're happy to have Fejan and Ru as well as our engineers in the team. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have time for questions.
Like, thanks that you're tackling, you know, like the future. And it's great to always see as well that there's some good projects in there. And I love how you basically are leveraging both like Web3 and AI, even if it's a bit separate. I have a question to the Web3 and blockchain component. So what I understood is you would basically, you know, put feedstock, certain feedstock at the origin into a token and have the feedstock be represented through a token, and then can have a marketplace where you move it around. How do you actually ensure the link between the token and the feedstock, and that you can actually enforce that if I'm an owner of the token, I actually have access and control over the physical feedstock, so to say?
Yes.
Because that might be different across any location and everything. So how you're solving that last mile problem, so to say, in securitization.
In our space is actually rather the first mile, right? The point of collection, which is usually where fraud and mislabeling happens a lot. And so that's why we believe in a verification protocol involving third parties. And any material and evidence, can be geospatial document, GPS, pictures that can be uploaded when a supplier is putting its material on the platform. But it's also not any supplier. It's like on Twitter, you can say anything, but if you want to have a better voice, you need to be verified, right? And so the Feedstock Plus is the same thing. You gain the badge when you have been verified with your certification. There are different registries holding your certification by a third-party auditor or accredited certification body. And this is recorded on the blockchain in a way that everybody can then trust that you are legitimate suppliers, that we can also build history based on all the transactions that happen on the platform.
Actually verifying more the supplier and less so the individual livestock on verification, but you then give the feedstock as an entity in there. Have you thought about using AI in that respect to help on verification instead of giving people information about regulation and synthesizing that?
So in fact, I spent the past 2 years on developing SaaS platforms exactly for measurement, reporting, and verification. So there are a number of tools. People are even tracking containers of, used cooking oil through satellite imageries and collecting all these data points. So there are definitely use cases that we want to bring. Although I think the focus on the platform is really on the matchmaking between the supplier and the buyers. And I think the idea is to create an ecosystem where also other people that are developing specific verticals and technologies based on AI can come in as verification. As we can see now, verification of nature and carbon credits, for example, is more and more happening on a decentralized basis with a network of verifiers, which basically put their contributions in the whole chain. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas, and thank you, Mark. So now we are already at the last pitch, and we have been losing Shivam actually for some reason from the call, so we might have to skip that one. So Strain Chain and Shy, here you are, Shy. So you
Yes,
told me when to start.
no problem. You can see the screen here, Matt, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Get going. So hello, everyone. I'm Shai Perenik, founder of Strain Chain, and I'm on a mission to clean up the cannabis supply chain industry. I'm a medical user myself for PTSD, and just 2 months ago, I lost a family member to counterfeit product dosage. I'm committing over 28 years in IT and a diverse industry background to revolutionize and clean up the cannabis supply chain. Strain Chain is a platform of products designed to revolutionize the rapidly growing cannabis industry. We recognize the industry's challenges, regulatory inconsistencies, uninformed user experiences, and a disconnect between growers, consumers, and the intermediaries. Our solution, Strain Chain, leverages the core principles of blockchain and AI to create a network of interconnected blockchains, each dedicated to a specific cannabis strain. This approach ensures unparalleled transparency and traceability from seed to consumption. Let's take a closer look at the user experience. Meet Taylor. She's your AI bud tender, ready to assist you with personalized guidance at every step. Leveraging on-chain federated learning, our AI bud tender recommends the right strain tailored just for your medical history. She'll help you keep track of usage, get insights into terpene and cannabinoid profiles, and find your in-stock match from our extensive strain library and distribution network. And here's the grower console, where our growers deploy a dedicated app chain per strain. They'll tokenize their strains, creating a direct ecosystem with their consumers. Then they'll manage their strains with tools such as the batch and rewards manager and continue to engage with the greater ecosystem through our platform. With global regulatory shifts towards medical cannabis and technological advancements in blockchain, machine learning, and AI, the market is ripe for a solution. And based on WHO and McKinsey reports, the global legal cannabis market is valued at $57 billion. Of that, our SAM is the $5.7 billion market currently plagued by counterfeit drugs. We focus on the medtech and growers at the core of the supply chain and estimate that we can capture 5% within the first 3 years, translating to a $3.4 million sum. Meet our dedicated team. along with our advisory board composed of industry veterans and innovators. We have established key metrics to track our growth, illustrating our deep understanding of the intersection of cannabis and Web3. We have ongoing collaborations with Alpha Plant and Bombay Hemp Company, and we're actively expanding our network of growers and technology partners. We've secured investments from AWS, and we're eager to get building. Our token enables transactions, feature access, staking rewards, and governance participation. We will develop a robust multi-chain tokenomics architecture aligning with our commitment to nurture an engaged and robust community. We will generate revenue through subscription and service fees through Web2 and Web3 models. We will license our rich data to academia and collaborate with advertisers to provide targeted content to our users. We have 40% of our funding dedicated to product development. Marketing is 30%, 20% for OpEx, and a prudent 10% reserved for contingencies. We recognize the presence of direct competitors offering point solutions. However, StrainChain is a comprehensive platform of products, and many of these competitors represent partner opportunities as we scale out. We're seeking an investment of $125,000 and 9% to accelerate the product and partner development. And StrainChain is a platform for the future of cannabis industry. With your support, we can make this vision a reality. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Shai.
Thank you.
And yes, time for questions from anybody.
Maybe I could have an AI question. You mentioned federated learning in there. I'm quite an enthusiast, let's say, of federated learning. What do you know about it? How are you utilizing it?
So the idea is that all the computation actually happens in confidential enclaves. So the goal is that the data for the users is always on the chain that is responsible for that particular blockchain network. And then rather than running models at a central location, trying to feed the models to central location, we want to partner with Akash, for example, to run distributed compute nodes, as well as the T project, which runs confidential enclaves in AWS, to run the learning models in those enclaves. So that way, all the analysis and everything that happens not only at the edge, but also happens in a confidential compute enclave. So none of the data can possibly leak out.
So where does the foundational model live?
So the foundational models that we develop will get distributed out through our network. So that's the idea that we still want to build out with Akash. That's one of our key technology partners there that we want to build out our distributed federal learning through Akash. We will also be leveraging Bedrock within AWS. We have a good connection with the AWS team as well. So a lot of that nuance is some of the things that we want to tackle and figure out in the next couple of months.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Duncan. Thanks, Shai. So that's all for the questions, right? Okay, so we are done well in time. It's 6:10 right now. The judges are going to go off for 30 minutes now till 6:40. And we have Chris here with us for some time, but then he's also going to go. We wanted to take this time to have a discussion on equity models and maybe also a photo session with me because I spent so much time with you. So we'll click some happy photos and happier photos after the winner announcements. So over to you, Chris, and Mark and Duncan. You are free to leave and until Chris joins you in some time.
And we'll ping you when we're done.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
In case we're a minute early or two. No?
Cool.
I just want to say before we depart, amazing job, all of you guys, all on time. The pitches were next level. It's amazing to see each cohort growing and taking it seriously, which is also an important bit. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure, and it's going to be a hard decision for us, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Yes, same there. What I have to say, I think really amazing job, everyone. Thank you for, joining the cohort. And I think we can see the progress we made from the first two cohorts, which is beautiful. And I would like today just briefly discuss, what we would like to see from you moving on, because we said, it's not only about the bounty today. Even, only one person can win the category, or one team, and therefore, the majority will not win the category. We nevertheless want all of you here to, stay in the cohort. And what we came up with is a solution. What's always important is to have some sort of cap table and legal agreement. And we also want to help you with the solution that we came up with. We want you to strike an agreement if you believe in the team and the idea that you've came up with. Strike an agreement on the platform Founders. We provide you with 1 million token for this agreement, and I will briefly share my screen here. Oh no, let me see, that was the wrong one. Here we go. So the general idea is, actually, I wanted to discuss a broken cap table with one of our investors from our network. And the basic idea is that we are looking at a cap table after a first funding round. So our deal is 9% for 125K USD. And the idea of a first funding round and of the platform as well in general is obviously to, give you the opportunity to pay some of your early contributors also in token. And what does that to the project? It helps you, if you don't have the fiat to invest in, it helps you to, with your tokens, to already work on a project without having to incorporate that project at such an early stage. So it also helps you, if you're already incorporated, to start a token economy early and be able to use these tokens at a later stage in time to exchange these for security tokens. So the tokens that we issue are not tradable. Therefore, they are not considered as a security. They are just considered as reflecting an entry in a cap table. What I want to say here, or what I want to show here, is just an example cap table of a venture after a first funding round of Soonami, meaning the investor gets roughly 9%. The community could, for example, for testing or feedback surveys and other community work, get 4%. One-time contributors could be freelancers, designers, people who write a token economy, developers that help you build your MVP. You could use it for these. Advisors, 2%. And obviously, there could be also regular contributors, meaning there could be people that regularly, on a weekly, monthly basis, help you developing the project. They could also be on that cap table. We suggest that you keep at least 75% of the cap table in the operational area of the founders and the contributors who are regularly contributing to the project. So meaning that next to the investor, you have roughly 15% or 150,000 token of your project that you can use to pay other contributors for your project. And I know that this is not the easiest task to convince freelancers you like to be paid in your tokens project, but actually it's also not impossible. And we believe that this is also part of an entrepreneurial journey to be able to convince some of the advisors and freelancers either on the platform or in your network to help you with your project, if you can convince and if you can communicate your project as good as it is needed to also convince investors at a later stage in time. So for us, it's sort of a pre-check, whether you and your narrative and your story is good enough to also convince good advisors, good freelancers, as we've already seen today, good one-time contributors and the community to also contribute to your project. That's why for us, this whole topic of starting an agreement on Founders is so important for the whole cohort and to develop the cohort further. I have also something copied out of the internet, how does a broken cap table look like? And here you can already see, what the market, or what at least this source from Backing Minds believes broken cap table looks like. It's always the problem of the founder holdings, or the regularly team, or people who are regularly contributing to the project are holding. And especially in the pre-seed stage, what we're looking at here, it's somewhere between 70 and 80% that we believe is important, that you are the owner of the project, and it could be 3 or 4 or 5 founders, but that is the important part, who is actually operationally working on the project. And that was, just what I wanted to communicate here, that we believe it is important now to use this marketplace for developing your venture further. I think any of the ventures is already great, or every venture, but every venture also needs additional help in, certain areas, and you should know best which these are. I would like to go now to the judges as well. Unless there are any questions about this, we will reach out to you for the topic in after the hackathon in general. So if there are more questions, we will also be able to answer them there. But if there are any questions here, let me know.
Thanks, Chris. Can you do one photo with us before leaving?
Sure.
Yes, something like, can we make a heart for Soonami, all of us?
Oh, that's nice.
I won't be able to do it because I'm taking the photo, but
oh, you cannot do the heart?
yeah, I'm taking the photo. But yes, here we go. 1 second.
Beautiful. No, really, thanks a lot. I think it's amazing, in 30, 40 years from now, people will say, well, that is like the most normal thing, to have a global venture platform where people from all over the world start ventures together. I think today a lot of our investors believe we are crazy. So, that's fine. I think we always wanted to be a little crazy, but I think initiatives like these are needed in our world of today. So thanks a lot for participating, and yeah, see you soon. I will now drop out to go to Mark and Duncan.
So,
Thanks, Chris.
I realized there are 3 screens here. So only the first screen came. Oh, I hate that about Zoom. So anyway, what to do? So do you all
Gillian, what do you have on your Zoom?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we do one more, like something else? I don't know.
Oh, I want Gillian's plugin. She did this and some hearts flew out of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
I did dance Zoom, I guess.
Yeah.
Who else has got that?
Are you all nervous?
Ali's talking.
Power. Yeah. Actually, from one hand, I mean, she can take the screenshot, and from another one, we can make these kind of hearts. So this is a trend in South Asia. Like, you can use this thing in order to make the heart. You see?
Yeah, that's cool. Sarah, will you help me take the screen?
Nice.
Okay.
Minimalistic.
Minimalistic.
Awesome. Done.
Oh.
I had definitely stopped by then.
We have 20 more minutes. I thought you all must be tired of hearing my voice and seeing my talking to me. So
I mean, to be very honest, I would personally like to thank Diksha for the amazing support. I mean, she was the reason that I was able to submit it on time. And thank you so much. I really disturbed her, but thank you so much for all the support.
pleasure. Always better to be disturbed than chase you. So but I was thinking, that now that we have a community from different parts of the world, we should really decentralize this, and how can we work together so that you can be like tsunami ambassadors in your respective parts of the world. And since we have venturethons every 2 months, if you all have any ideas how we can spread the word, you're from different colleges, you're from different places. I think Shai already had some ideas. Maybe we can do like a first meetup, like a community call online to discuss this ambassador program. Just wanted to know how many of you would be interested in something like this for Tsunami. Say yes, come on. I just see one hand.
Charles got his hand up. Yeah, I'll do
it. Yeah.
Actually, I was just talking to Hira about that kind of thing, and Hira is also working about on making a network of blockchain developers in Pakistan. So I was thinking, like, why not to share the words of these kind of initiatives? I mean, it is great to bring people up and make them talk. People from all over the world are here. So when we connect with others, we learn and discuss. We clarify many of the myths, and plus we learn, you can say, how the developed nations work and what is their working culture, how what is their growth mindset, and we can learn from that part. So this is an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. So I'm going to arrange like a community call where we can, discuss this, and maybe make a program around it. And you all can be like our evangelists. Is that the right word, Mark? Okay.
for sure.
Okay, I actually wanted to do this exercise. I wanted to ask each team how did they know about Tsunami? So, okay, Tane, I already know the answer. Tane, how did you know about Tsunami?
Yeah, we got an invite to tell everyone at CMU, and we have a few teams here at CMU who did participate, so that was an exciting thing. So yeah, so we were reached out by Diksha.
Okay, then AutoChart. Dhruv, how did you guys know about Tsunami?
I think someone reached out to me on LinkedIn. I don't remember the name. I think it was Sebastian.
Okay, yeah, Sebastian is Tsunami family. And Tatiana, yes, you IRL actually.
No, before IRL, I saw the tweet from one of your mentors, Lena from her DAO, because we're in the same token engineering group. So I guess there is also opportunity to collaborate between Tsunami and token engineering community. There are a lot of people who want to start something around Web3 AI.
Yeah, we have a call with token engineering actually tomorrow. So really looking forward to, are you in the community, like in their Discord and stuff?
And yeah, last year I was a tutor in the Russian speaking group, and now with Women in Web3 group, we're going through the cut stuff and AI updates that they released this year.
Awesome. Okay. Then Ali from Food Bank.
Well, Konanika Roy. I mean, I remembered the name even after the hackathon. I personally messaged her for this opportunity. Thank you so much, Roy.
Awesome. And Genoshi, not Genoshi. How did you know about Tsunami?
I think I don't remember exactly. I think it was a mail, like a cold mail or something. And like I just clicked on it one day in class, and I don't know, I was getting bored in class, so I was like, let's fill up the form because like, it seemed like exciting. I liked the UI and stuff. And then one thing led to the other, and I was like, okay, now we're participating in a hackathon. So it was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. And AB Hero.
Yeah, at AB Hero, we learned about it from Tanay. So thank you, Tanay.
Okay. QAI.
That was a complete random luck. I just wanted to find developers to help me build my, my ideas, and found the hackathons. Googled it.
And I've worked with Mark before, so I had a chat with Mark, and he pointed me towards this.
Nice. Redox.ai.
Yeah, it was a message over LinkedIn. It was Mohammed Suleiman. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yes.
He reached out to me.
Suleiman was helping us with outreach, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So a lot of you actually check your LinkedIn. That's great. And mentor sphere, Fatima.
The CTO at our company actually shared it with us. One of his former students had previously participated, Hira. So that's how we got to know.
I think Hira has to be the person. She did a lot of outreach in Pakistan. Our winner
Yes.
from Soonami cohort, this is two, right? Yeah, one. So she really helped us get like good outreach in Pakistan. So thankful to her. And Feedstock Plus.
Hi.
Hi. How did you hear
Hi.
about this?
I got a message through LinkedIn from I guess it's Chetan Jain, right? Maybe I'm wrong pronouncing. Then I have a message through the community, but telling about my skill. So Lucas and I guess Shan was trying to contact me, but I've looked into different perspective. Then I thought like helping the Lucas project because it actually helped. It was a unique project because it integrating blockchain and AI. So I like to contribute and we started working with them. And especially thanks to Luis and Lucas for helping me out every time.
Thank you, Fajan. Amazing.
Thank you. And Shai. Oh, actually, I never know how Shai learned about Soonami.
Well, I mean, somebody reached out to me, and then I looked out for it. But really, the reality in the last 5 months, I've been looking for a platform to help me bring my ideas to reality. So it was really a match made in heaven when somebody reached out from your team and said, "Hey, do you want to join and participate?" And everything I read, I was like, "This is perfect. It's the tidal wave I need to bring my products to shore." So thank you.
Awesome. Good to see so much diversity of channels. I can see the judges are back. Yeah, but the team is going to be back. I think everybody is slowly coming back now and switching on their cameras. Yes.
Believe me, this is a very hard decision for us, and this process is not easy, but somebody has to win in the end. I would like to really stress again that we believe that you all definitely deserve to stay in the cohort, and all are still eligible for the 125K for funding for 9%. I mean, that is really a process which will take now roughly another 8 weeks, where we want to stay connected with you and see your progress and help you with this whole endeavor. And please also be nice to us. It's our second cohort here, the third event. It's obviously something that we're building out over time as well, and which is not perfect yet, but I think we are getting better, and also the software is getting better over time. And every cohort here we will improve, and also value very much your feedback. We will reach out to you to get more feedback on our cohort and on the tooling in general. So yes, then I think we already I can tell you a little bit about the discussion. So we obviously had a long discussion. We obviously also had some discussion before today, and had already sort of a short list of projects that we like very much and that we now looked at deeper. The winner team in the newbie category is a team that we believe has a big potential, has a strong team. The topic they're choosing is not easy. It's a difficult market, but it's very straightforward. I think they've done for the very short time that we are having this hackathon a very great job in execution, and execution for us is key. We believe the execution power is most important. And therefore, I can announce as a winner for the newbie category, winning 8K USD is AutoChart.
Oh, AutoChart. Amazing.
Congratulations. We really like the project in general. We believe it's a great tool, a great execution. We like the team, so I love this, and hope to stay connected with you and your team, and hope to develop this further. So please, everybody else, don't be disappointed. We will keep on going with everyone. And now I hand over to Duncan.
And from my side, I'm going to announce the winner for the established teams. It's actually a last-minute surprise in some way. I can tell you this, and it's true that you can swing it at the last minute and just swing it ahead of somebody else who's been in your place. And for a fantastic presentation, really well thought through, and also well presented and articulated. The winner for established team, somebody who has actually, started the idea obviously a little bit earlier, thought through it and executed during our hackathon, is Graff.ai.
Woohoo! Woo! Graff.ai. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. You really smashed it at this presentation. I think the idea really has some legs. It's a challenging market, but everything's possible with the right attitude. Go for it. We'll be there to support you. I'll be there as your advisor without a doubt. Please, I'll be there for all of you really, but for the winners especially. And look forward to working with you going forward, and I hope you'll achieve great things. Well done, guys. Yeah, you did well. And with that,
I want to say something.
I think that we are registered in new ventures, not in existing ventures. We started building this. I think I'd asked Diksha about it as well, like 4 days before the the hackathon. I mean, I think.
And we have considered this in our decision, to be honest, because this means that you are even faster executing than others.
You made the most progress from where you are to where you are right now.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Be happy, Shaurya.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have won. That's the point.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, I think we still have one more winner to go.
Yeah, Mark.
So there's 2 absolutely exciting moments for a judge in that whole Venturethon. One is literally every single time you open the fountain's profile for a project you're looking at, and it's somehow like a surprise box. And the second one obviously is this moment when you can basically hand over a prize. I have the privilege to kind of hand over and announce the winner for the open category, which we intentionally put out there as for good effort. And I think, while all of these projects we have considered for that are solving an important cause, it's always fascinating for me to see how the startup tool set can be amazingly used in order to solve big problems in society. Very specifically about our winner here, we loved that this winner team actually combined Web3 and AI and kind of used it at different parts of their solution. I must say, kind of if I looked at this, the industry expertise of the team, and still the set of diverse skills which came together was another impressive part. Besides, all the the diligence we did in their business model, their tech, and as well the setup, how this can basically develop in the future. But most importantly as well, we saw that this team was able to not only think about product and technology and the business model, but as well has built in regulation as actually a core driver of how they build a business. And I think that's important when we think about society, that you're able to kind of take regulation as a force of momentum and not a hindrance. And with that, I'm delighted to announce the winner of that open category, which is Feedstock Plus.
Yay! Congratulations, Team Feedstock Plus.
Thank you, Diksha. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Well
guys.
done, guys. All of
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, team.
Thank you.
Yes, and you know that this is difficult for us. It's been a very close decision on most of the categories. So please don't think that your project is not good if you haven't won here. That can be for many reasons. We also had a couple of questions why people weren't shortlisted. That could be, a lot of different topics, like, you didn't have a team or you didn't submit any code. We said it's not necessary to submit code immediately to, be eligible for the funding itself, which is right. Obviously, over time, we want to see an MVP, and we see now, what is possible within, 2 weeks time. I think you've seen with the winners that, there has been, a lot of good stuff being produced. So thanks a lot, everybody. We really value your feedback for the whole process. We want to improve. Please give us your feedback. We want to keep working with all of you in the next 8 weeks, if you have the time. The 125K might not be there only once or twice, might be there 3 or 4 times if you all generate the right traction. Ideally, traction is always what investors are looking for. So if you make it to have customers already using a product or test users, that's always helpful. But we will stay in touch and reach out to you for the next upcoming steps. And we hope you stay connected. If you don't want to stay connected, if you don't want to go on with the work we've done or started here, that's also fine. Please let us know. We will try to, or we will expect at least one meeting a week. If you cannot do that, then please let us know beforehand. But I hope that we all see you in the upcoming weeks. And thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great day. Even if you haven't won today, but for the winners, obviously, congratulations, great job. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes.
again, everybody.
I would like to actually take a moment. So first of all, thanks to Soonami team and Foundance team for giving us this platform, organizing these amazing cohorts, all the mentors that helped, all the judges, and above all you builders of Soonami who put in so much work, dedication. Submission in itself is so hard, I know. And then getting shortlisted is also very hard. Don't be discouraged if you were not in the top 3. Soonami does regular Venturethons, and we always try to design the program in a way that our existing founders and projects can go into the next Venturethon, build on top of what you already have. Or if you want to pivot and change your idea, you can also work on a new project. Be active on Discord. Be active on Foundance, and still there are many great things to come. So thank you all so much. It's such a pleasure to host you all in the Soonami Venturethon. And Mark, may I give you I think you were very closely involved, so I think a word from you would be great as well.
Me?
Yes.
I think you just thanked everyone. Chris thanked everyone. You thanked everyone. I can echo all the sentiment and also thank everyone. I had the pleasure and privilege, I think, of working with 3 or 4 of the teams that are here. And I would actually love to work with all of the teams that are here moving forward. So please speak to me if you have any interest in talking to anyone at all. And I will do my best to continue to support you moving forwards. And I hope to see everyone on Founders, on Discord, and in future cohorts, whether you won or not. As Chris said, the opportunity is there for everyone here and for people who aren't here to keep working with Soonami. And I'm really excited about what the future has for all of us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So till next time, bye-bye, and have a good evening or morning wherever you are.
Thanks, Diksha.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.